Welcome to the Creative Locker podcast.
Yes, sir.
My boy.
It's funny though, like a lot of stuff has happened since last time we sat down.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a blessing to be here, bro.
It's a blessing to have you back, dude. Let's get right into it. I want to ask you, I know I saw you a week ago, Christian Kirk signing, hype section, shout out.
Yes,
That was super tight. All of your stuff looked so good. I was so thankful that we got to exchange photos as every time we meet up. Yeah. The photo you took of me, I swear, I love it. It's one of my favorite photos ever, bro. And I'm not just saying that to glaze you up, like is that the kids say, right? I'm not glazing, bro. I made it my profile picture on Facebook. Like I truly love the angle, just my new watch that my wife got me, like everything about it. I was really happy with it. I love that picture. It means a lot to me.
Oh, that's wow. I was like in the car. I was just like,
You did it so fast. Yeah, I know. And I came home and got right on yours. So I want you to tell me what you're doing right now. Tell me everything you got going. Tell me a little bit about the studio and the models and all the photography that you've been doing lately, because obviously I'm watching you every day.
Yeah.
And you shoot a lot of models, and I just want you to tell me everything that you have going on. You got a team of people. You do studio photography. Your team includes, shout out to AJ, Dylan. Keep it going. Who else?
Got Kevin.
Kevin. Can't forget Kevin.
We got and then the other two are kind of like more out of the picture, but we got Julius and my boy Mello, and then we're managed by Rich Bentley. He's a coach over at Atlantic Coast.
Oh yeah, that's so sick. So y'all have a whole team and a manager.
Yeah, it's smooth, bro. We got like a lot of projects in the making. But to answer your question, really, like,
what are you doing?
I'm kind of on a wave where I'm kind of transforming my style of content. I'm more so focusing on, I'll be doing like client work here and there, because that's what I came in doing. But I'm transitioning to a more on-camera influencer type of thing. Like,
you're a model.
Yeah, a little bit. But
you look so good in pictures, though, dude. The way it's like you were born to be a model. It's like he was born to be a model. Like, so just for the viewers know, Kris, tell them how old you are right now. This is what I think is so special about you. I've said it many times, how far you come in your career. How old are you? And just so the viewers know, your dad is sitting in the corner over here.
Yes, sir. I am 16 right now. I turn 17 next month. But yeah.
Happy early birthday.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.
You said your birthday was the 13th, right?
March 13th, baby.
Bro, it's so wild. Like, I find
it's my lucky number. Same as Taylor Swift, bro. I just kidding. Go ahead.
But it's a lot of creators that I know, like, that have birthdays in March, like in this season.
It's a good month, bro.
Crazy.
It's a good month.
I just
Maybe
texted one of my boys this morning, like, happy birthday. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe March is a month that's just producing mad artists.
Yeah.
Oh, we already got this going, but I'm gonna pop it on. Like, I know I'm late with it. Like, I'm popping it on.
Oh yeah.
I'm popping it on.
That's
Hold
tough.
on. Let me just turn it down just a tad. So, I ain't even mad that I turned it on kind of late.
Yeah.
I ain't even mad. Just put it over there in the corner.
For sure.
No, just pick it up. Now I have a Jaguar colored light behind me a little bit.
Yes, sir.
That teal looks kind of nice on you right there.
Nice little highlight right there.
Tell me what you're shooting right now. Tell me what you're excited for. What do you got coming up?
I got some client work that I got scheduled, but really I'm just looking forward to developing my platform. It's called Side Talk 904.
Okay.
It's where I give
the Christian Kirk video.
Yeah. So
Tell me
like
about it.
I have a voice, and I wanna like include more people and show people that there's no limit to like the things you can do.
Yeah.
So I'll basically just be vlogging, but I'll be capturing the moment, the people, the vibe that I'm in. So I had a video where I was at an art gallery with my sister, and I just seen a group of artists, and I was like, all right, bet, like, y'all give us a shout out to yourself. And then they all plugged their Instagrams, and it was a good vibe.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed like looking back at it, and it was just like, man, like that energy was awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to start moving forward with more projects like that. And then I also have a documentary that I have on the back burner that I'm gonna showcase a lot of creatives, artists here as well.
How do you manage all of that at the age of almost, we'll say 17, because you're about to be 17, but you've already been doing it so much, for a couple years now. I know we've talked about this before. We could dive into how you got into photography, how old you were and all that stuff. But I want to talk about you and right now and how you just been leveling up so fast right in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
And no one's ever heard me say publicly, like one of the first times I had seen you in person, it was at a Jaguar game, and you kind of called me out, kind of catcalled me, but what you said to me every time someone says something like what you said to me, is along the lines of, I love your photography, one of my favorites, and just to hear that, like, it means so much to me that I've impacted someone as young as you, but you're coming up so much that your work not only looks like some of my work, but better, and just you're evolving and you're leveling up so fast at your age. And I just want to know, like, I want to know what is making you like kind of tick when it comes to what makes you so excited about creating content. Like, I understand the people side, and I think it's so sweet that you're on camera talking, doing your you know, your little side hustle, not a side hustle, but like your side gig of just being on camera. And I think people really love that.
Really, it's just my creative itch. Like, I'll be in positions where I'll be taking pictures, or I'll be doing something, and people see me with a camera and they think I'll just go behind it. But deep inside, I feel like my gift was to just share my energy, influence, and just give people that energy that they may lack.
I'm feeling it right now, dude. I'm feeling it. Just hearing you talk fires me up about it.
Yeah, and it just makes me, like, seeing myself do it and being in that moment, it makes me just want to keep going, and then going back and editing everything, studying myself.
You get excited to edit the stuff?
Yeah.
Like, you can't wait to get home, fire up Premiere or whatever you be using, and just can't wait to get on it.
Yeah, because it gives me a chance to study myself, and when I get to see myself, I'm learning about myself, and say, okay, I can do this better.
I feel the same way. To be honest, I feel the same way. I feel like I have a God-given talent that I did since I was a little kid, and I put it aside to be behind the camera and not in front of the camera, and I never looked back, and now I'm finally breaking down that wall to be on camera more again. And you've encouraged me a lot with that, and a lot of people a lot of people have encouraged me to not be afraid of being on camera anymore. And I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. You know, I really hated who I was at 25, but now at 35 next month now at 35, I feel a lot better as a human, like my soul and my connection with God, and just my connection with my young friends and all kinds of, you know, the friends that support me now. And I just feel like a totally different person, you know, and that's why you see me, I'm playing music again, and that's a huge thing for me to be. I feel like I want to show the talent that God gave me, and God gave you an insane talent. What are you rocking right here? What's this?
This is the Sony A7C with the 85mm prime.
How you like that lens?
It's amazing.
Who inspired you to get an 85 more than anybody?
You.
Nah, I totally baited you into that one. Hey, no, seriously. And I'll shout it to old buddy Duncan, who used to shoot LCC. I actually took his place with the Jaguars. He works for the NFL. He just shot the Super Bowl, actually. Oh, wow. He got me into the 85. So I may have helped get you into the 85, maybe with other people as well. But, like, you know, I was gotten to the 85. It's just like a, you know, trickles down, you know. It's called being influenced. When you see something and you're just influenced by that. So talking about influence and being an influencer, because you give off influencer vibes. And I think that you're going to be so far when you're 2021. You're going to be so far in your career. You'll barely even remember sitting down with me, or you barely remember who I am. Like, you're so talented, and you're going to go so far so fast. What's your favorite thing to shoot right now? Like, what do you love? And being in front of the camera, we'll put that aside for a second. Behind the camera, you've grown. I remember your photos a couple years ago. I was like, okay, this is a kid who's getting into photography. You know, he's youngish shit. You know, excuse my language, Dad. He's super young. You know, and his stuff's gonna evolve. But now you're getting so good, as I said. You know, I'm glazing all day over here. But no, what's your favorite thing to shoot in? Have you been getting more into shooting video and not just like photography?
I really like shooting videos now because I get the opportunity to tell stories. It's just a different vibe when I can go home with a folder of videos, maybe 200, 300 videos, and create anything. Like, photos are quick. Like, I can set up something with the rule of thirds and put somebody in the left, put somebody right, and tell a story that way. But watching something for 40 seconds, a minute, it just gives me the opportunity to paint a picture, like, in a long form way. And it's something I want.
A picture that moves.
Right. So, I mean, more long form projects for sure, but I mean, I
love photography, don't get me wrong. But you know, playing off of that, you know, it's crazy. Like 10 years from now, when I look back, I don't just want to see Jaguar photos. I just don't want to see concert photos. Even though I love photos and photography, I want to be able to look back and watch videos. I want to be able to look back and show the video that I was taking, or even me on the video. You know, like, photography can tell 1,000 stories in a single moment. But I mean, you know what I sell to the brides when I book weddings? You know, they want photography only. You want to know my biggest pitch to get them to buy video, buy film. 10, 15 years from now, I'm looking at you. 10, 15 years from now, you're going to want to look back and see grandma and grandpa in 4K on video slow dancing.
Yeah, no, it is fast.
10, 15 years from now, you would see your parents, grandparents, kids, little age growing up. Why not on 4K video on YouTube? You know what I'm saying? Versus just some, pictures last forever.
Yeah.
I'm not hating, but
yeah.
I love them both.
But and then it's something about showing somebody slow motion video. It's just they just are like,
I get so excited when I see super sick slow mo video.
Right.
I don't know why. Like it's like my nerd. It's like my nerd boners going off, dude. Like every time I see like the most insane, you know what I like? I like speed ramping.
Yeah.
I love speed ramping. I think I might have even brought it up to you when we were filming together, Christian Kirk of the Jags a couple weeks ago. Like I love when I see clips that are like slow and then fast slow, or reverse, like a fast and then hit a slow motion and then back to normal time.
Right.
Somebody called it speed ramping. I don't know. I watch YouTube.
I was when I was first. It's funny that you brought that up because like when I was first getting into video, I was testing out with 60 frames per second, just slowing stuff down. It's like, okay, that looks cool. But then I was like, I wanna make something more exciting. So I was like, hyper edits was like my first taste of that. So I was just starting to speed everything up really fast and then slow it down real fast and just testing out that stuff. But yeah, it's definitely like a great style of editing for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean I love it. Slow-mo B-roll, that's that. So tell me about the side of photography of pictures in the studio. You're posting tons of models. I know you love jumping in front of the white background and you get tons of awesome photos of you. And by the way, I'm going to have you shoot me in front of a studio one day. I need some sick portraits on the white background, like just the traditional, like,
let's do it.
I totally got to get it done one day. You got to have to hook your boy up. But what is it about that you like so much? Like, is it giving almost like Hollywood LA vibes? Like it's giving like this whole vibe of like this rock star feeling of these clothing lines in the photo shoots. I've seen a lot of, now I'm a little older, so I have seen a lot of that stuff come from like people who live in like California, people who live in New York City.
It's funny because when I'm doing those studio shoots, it feels completely regular. It gives me an opportunity to meet somebody that I've never met before. And a lot of times, a lot of studio pictures that you may have seen are from the collab networking event. So it'd be like 30, 40 people in one. And
that's
I just
sick.
pick somebody, I'm like, hey, come here.
Sure.
And then I'll tell them like, hey, my name is Kris, I do this, I'll show them my Instagram, and then we'll just start posing.
Whose clothing are they wearing though? Because everyone's wearing like matching tees and like, you know.
That one, the shoes that I posted on my story
recently.
Yeah,
like yesterday.
That was my guy, Lucky Fool. He was at the Travis Etienne event.
Okay.
I believe he was the person. He gifted him a pair of custom sneakers, and I snagged a pic of him, and then we just kind of stayed in contact after then. Yeah. And he was like, I got this shirt coming out, and he was like, how much you charge?
I'm gonna get some models.
Yeah, and he was like, you get whatever models you want, and then bring them. So those.
Oh, so you found the models?
Most of them were like high school kids.
Oh.
And he was like, they're young.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. Kids nowadays, man, they're looking so much like it's just crazy. Like back in the day, like when you're 15, 16, I felt like 15, 16-year-olds looked so much different 10, 15 years ago than they do now. Like I don't know. It's what we're putting in the food. But so what you got coming up? What you got? What's on your books like the next like month? Something that's got you insanely stoked. Something you want to promote even?
I'm not even sure, to be honest. Like, it's
just follow the boy's social media. He's so busy, Just
really
get on the boy's social media. Follow his Instagram. He's so excited about it all,
Yeah, but no, I mean, I don't really have anything major lined up. Just more so a lot of the same stuff. Like I might have a studio shoot come up, or like I'll have a couple client gigs, like little events and stuff like that. But really, I'm just trying to get through school. Like,
school's important.
So that I can really just.
He's getting through school. He's getting through school. That's good. School's hard. I didn't get through school. That's my whole story, man. High school dropout to middle class, success, through the eyes of a camera,
Yeah.
Through art. I heard my wife quote someone earlier today that said, "Earth without art is just eh." What? Think about Earth without art is just
Hey, nah, that's crazy.
That's crazy,
That's
right?
crazy.
She's like, nah, people have been saying that for a long time. I'm like, I never heard that before, but that's life changing.
Yeah.
Earth without art is
One thing that you brought up last time that
What
I
up?
have an answer to now. You spoke about like people that I looked up to and
Yeah.
like, that kind of helped me get to where I am.
Yeah.
I know I spoke about you and then like Cam, both Cams
Mm-hmm.
for the Jaguars, but there were some more people like my boy
Tell me.
Film Rat, Dev,
Dev who?
Armand.
Dev
So
who?
Dev Shoots
Okay.
on Instagram. Follow my
Okay.
guy. He actually helped me on my first ever studio shoot. And then Film Rat was the guy that like I met. It was his studio. He is based in Atlanta, but he has studios here in Atlanta.
Sick.
So they had helped me get my first studio shoot out the way, and it was awesome. And then
Are you getting paid for this stuff?
Yeah.
That's the next conversation. I want to know at your age what kind of money are you bringing in to help the family? You know,
But yeah,
you're
we
killing
got-
it so much, though. You know.
We got Dev, we got Film Rat, we got Colin Fry.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm Blue Francois, Terrence Armand, Terrence Tyson.
Mhm.
Those are some of the guys that are. Colin Fry is somebody I'm finding out about now that I want to link up with. But the other four were definitely some of the people like when I was amateur that exposed me to new things, put me in the studio when I've never been in the studio before,
Yeah.
and stuff like that that I feel like was just major to like where I am now.
You know, there's always the people that are building the bridges, you know, for where you want to get to. Like, obviously, you wouldn't know who any of them are, but like when I first got into this stuff, all the people, you know who Peter McKinnon is, right? Everybody knows who that guy is on YouTube. Biggest photographer on YouTube, you know, and he really helped me out with video back in 2016, 17, 18. Like I watched him religiously, but a lot of the concert guys, like I totally feel you. I know exactly what you're saying. Like there's people who build the bridges for you to get to that next step. Connections, relationships. It's said so much on podcasts and it's said so much out there, like, but it's true, you know, like the more people you know, the more connections, relationships you build, the more bridges you're going to get an opportunity to cross and you're going to get to learn more, you know. And if you're chicken, you know, but like you got to have courage, you know. Sometimes it's not being chicken, I'm just being silly, but you know, sometimes anxiety can get in the way. Sometimes like just being scared of talking to people can get in the way. It almost got in the way of me shooting football to begin with. Because I come from a music world and scene, you know, where I never talked to athletes. I never talked to, kids, you know, like that or anybody that's high school age playing football. So for me, it was really nerve wracking to walk up to a couple high school kids playing football and say, Can I take some pictures of you guys? You guys look sweet. You know, I really want to shoot football. So, you know, but yeah, you just gotta take chances. You know that. How many chances have you taken just in the past year alone? Too many to count.
I feel like that's what makes my brand, because you'll see it's in my bio and the clothes that I wear, Endless Visions. That's one of the things that I live by. That's one of the things that I'm gonna brand. It's just going out on that limb.
You got to.
Like, it's only two answers. You either get a yes or a no.
I know. And, you know, do what you love. But you got to take chances to make income. You know, this world is about bread. A lot of this world is about bread. Follow what you love, you know, but find a way to make it into a career, you know, because as much as you love modeling, being an influencer, being a photographer, being a videographer now, if you can't make those things generate a life for you, then it becomes this hobby. It becomes a hobby, and you might find yourself mid-20s, mid-30s being like, what am I going to do to pay for my kids' diapers? You know, what am I, you know, and right now it's hot, but like, look at AI, look at how far technology is coming just in your last like 5 years since you were 11, 12 years old. How far is technology, you know? So like, I get scared every day that AI could take my wife and I's job, you know? And like, so it's important to just branch out. Now I'm trying to use it to my advantage, you know? And, but yeah, you just got to take chances, you know, with not just like happiness of doing what you love on the mind, but also being able to generate bread for future legacy, for legacy as well.
That's one of the things that keeps me going with it, because I'll have months like last month, for example, where the bookends with sports, like I really wanted to shoot a lot of basketball, but nobody was really booking it. Like the athletes, there wasn't a market for like what I was trying to do. So I kind of had to create that market. Like now you see it's a lot more things in that space if you look in certain areas, but I had to I won't say I had to, but I chose to go out and record some of the top players in North Florida, i.e. Caleb Williams, Ronald Durham,
what
for free.
Wow.
Shot them, and then it led to more bookings and stuff like that. But that's one of the things that keeps me going also, like just being able to show people like, okay, they don't really know what I can do yet.
I love that feeling. Don't you love that feeling when you finally get to like just show what you're capable of?
Yeah.
For instance, one of the very first tours that I went on back in 2018, when I was talking to the singer of the band, I literally said, just I'll go out for free. Just pay for my travel, my flight, my food. Yeah. Let me show you what I'm capable of. I think I said those exact words.
Yeah.
And he gave me the chance, and I showed it. And I continued even to this day to show. And it's like the thing with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the thing with the NFL. Like, I'm always trying to show what I'm actually capable of, you know, and you got to be confident with it without coming off like as a cocky, you know, like humble, but like confident that I know I can create something that could help generate love, attention, views, numbers, clicks, whatever, you know.
That kind of segues in my brain to something that I should have mentioned. It was in January. It was a concert here. It was like some very famous R&B singers and stuff. And I was blessed by Eli to go shoot it. He was like, yeah, just hit me up if you want to shoot a concert. Like, you know, we love your work. And
my boy always hooking it up.
Facts. And I was able to go shoot, took some great pictures. And then it was crazy because on the podcast we talked about, you said that phone content is what goes the most viral and it's what's the most used on social media. So I made sure to take a couple videos when each artist would get like close to me because we were literally like right in front of us.
Camera and phone?
Right. I had 2 cameras and the phone. So I had wrist strap.
Oh, what?
With this on my wrist.
He was rigging.
My 5D Mark III on my body and then my phone.
He was rigging.
I took it was this one video of this artist named Keisha Cole. Now, I'm not sure if you know Keisha Cole is, but she's like super famous. A lot of people like loved her back in the day. So what happened was I ended up like making my first super viral video.
You did?
Yeah, it was a phone reel of Keisha Cole just dancing.
And it was a phone reel?
Yeah.
What'd I tell you?
370,000.
What?
On Instagram, 600K.
Let's go.
On TikTok or YouTube. And then,
I swear to God, it has nothing to do with talent, bro.
Yeah.
It's the phone.
Facts.
It's the phone, bro.
Because I thought about it, I was like, that does make sense though, because it gives the viewer a sense of like, oh, I could do that. Like, I
could go famous, or I could go viral. Right. I can post a video and get 500,000 views, or even 1 million views.
Right.
You know, my girl and I be talking every single day how people are on TikTok making money doing nothing.
Yeah.
In fact, they have this thing called battling now.
Yeah.
It's begging for money.
Yeah. You just give.
It's essentially glorified begging. If me and you were to go live on our TikToks right now and battle, we're literally just begging for money. That's all it is. Battle's another word for begging, and I'm honestly not a fan of it because I think that it's like, man, just try to do something. Like, some people have no even want or effort to do anything but just sit there and be boring and like beg for money on TikTok. Like, man, do something. Like, I was thinking recently, I was like, man, I just want to do something so bad. Man, you know what? I'm going to do the thing that God blessed me with the talent to do. Right. Even if it goes nowhere, I'm just going to play drums on TikTok because I love playing music. I'm going to put that on TikTok because I'm not going to be somebody that just sits there and just does nothing.
Right.
Like, doing nothing.
That's a bad feeling too.
When you see the people that are actually making bread though, like, have you seen some of these kids and these people that are just no creativity, no talent, nothing. Just, it's like, we're working for all this, like, you know, legacy. They're just doing nothing on TikTok, just killing it.
I mean, I just look at it like this. It's a good side. You got, like, I wouldn't say it's a bad side, but you got like the people who work for real, and you got people who just, you know. Yeah. And it's gonna be people like that, I feel like, in every market. So I just look at it like as an opportunity to pick up on certain things, so I don't have to work as hard in certain areas, but
work harder, work smarter,
not
harder.
Facts.
Tell me about social media with you. I mean, do you like TikTok? Do you plan on future? What do you think about social media as a whole, and especially TikTok now going into 2024, like, and how it's really taken over the world, and how everyone I've actually opened TikTok 100 more times this week than Instagram.
Wow.
Because I've changed my whole outlook on it. I have this number of followers on Instagram, right? I have this, and I worked for, when did Instagram drop? You were probably like 5 years old. You know, Instagram's been out for like 12 years, right?
Right.
And I grinded so hard all the way to now on my Instagram, right? For what? It's like, I'm not getting any. It's like, all right, if I post some Jaguar photos, a few hundred likes or something, but it's like, I do something I love, nobody cares, because only people are following me for football photos, like, for the most part, on my Instagram account, right? And it's like, that's not all I am. Yeah. You know, that's not all I want to do and be. And I've been so discouraged with Instagram lately that I find myself opening it a couple times a day and just being so discouraged with it, where now, and I'm not a consumer on TikTok. I'm trying to be a creator.
Facts.
So now I'm not opening TikTok to be sucked in like a zombie and just scroll and take in. I only open the app to put out.
Facts.
I only want to create on the app, and eventually, hopefully it does help create an income. I'm not only in it for the money. Obviously, you see, my wife and I bought a house.
Right.
It's not money based, but I want to do what I love and feel like some sort of, what's the word? Like, I want to feel validated
Right.
a little bit for what I love. And, you know, I'd have to start a brand new Instagram account to really, you know, show what I love doing. But what about you?
I look at every social media platform that I use as a tool and nothing more than a tool, because at least the people I know, a category of people that I know that are my age, they look at social media as like reality, and I don't look at it that way.
It's not.
Thus far, like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok have been avenues for opportunity for me to grow. So I feel like looking at it any differently moving forward for me would be bad for my reputation. Like if I went on, my sister was joking about this the other day. She was like, "Why don't you shit post on Instagram?" Yeah. Then people would start looking for that on my page.
So like on Instagram, you're trying to put off like an insanely professional, classy, like you're not putting any kind of like just side giggles, like just shit posting. You're not anything just like candidly silly.
And that's like, where I find myself a little bit different, because I find the median between professional and myself. Like if you look at my story, my main story, my 2X World account, like I posted.
That's
like,
right. You got multiple accounts.
Yeah, 2 accounts. So like my 2X World page, it will feature more stuff on the side of the shit post side, but it's never anything malicious to my career.
Sure.
But on my 2X Visions account, you won't really find, like, only thing personal on there is on camera stuff, modeling, or like speaking or stuff like that. But it's like, it's
have you ever I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Have you ever wondered like having 2 Instagrams? And we know a few people that have them, right? Like Eli's got shout out Eli. Eli's got 2 grams, right? One of himself, one of his photography. I know a lot of people that have 2. You have 2. Do you ever look at it and feel like, if I didn't have these 2 and I combined all of it from the beginning, you know, I know you have this many followers and this many viewers and followers on each account, right? Do you ever, obviously don't live life in regret, but do you ever look at it and go, if I posted my personal stuff, my personality, who I am, all my vibes of me, my model photos, and all the content I create, kind of like I do, you would have all those numbers and all those eyeballs going to one account, and you would be, and essentially you could in the future have, like, say you have 3,000 to 5,000 on this one, 2,000 to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. You could have all that together in one page. Has that ever crossed your mind?
Not really, because I know how easy it is to accumulate followers, interactions, and stuff on both accounts. Like, if I post, like I had a testimonial on my business account, had like 600 story views. That's a little bit more than my usual on that account. And then I posted just a like regular selfie video on my personal story, got like 300 views. So it's like, at the stage I'm at with both accounts, I don't think so. Now, if I had maybe 500K on one and 10K on one, maybe I would be in a different category. But given my predicament, nah. Because like I could blow up in like one post and then have it skyrocket.
I think that's one thing we've all learned lately. It just takes one reel.
Yeah.
You could literally, it's so funny because I used to grind so hard just trying to get like a few followers a week, just posting, and every day, just posting, right? But now they've made it to where you can post one reel, and that reel can actually fall, and it falls into levels. Like if it gets past the 200-300 views, falls to the 500 to 1,000. After the 500 1,000, it falls into
and they
like
track it with the little
3,000.
achievements. They track it with the achievements. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Oh, dude, that reminds me. I'm gonna have to bring something up in a second. I'd never gotten. It's funny you brought up achievements on. I'd never seen one before, and I got one today.
For real?
Out of nowhere. I literally got one today out of nowhere. I'm gonna forget what I was talking about, but you know, you can literally post one reel and you can gain like 10,000 followers.
Facts.
And you can gain like so much. And honestly, it did benefit me this past year. It did benefit me. I really got on the cell phone reels.
Yeah.
And you know, all my cell phone reels on my Instagram, they brought me so many more followers, so many more views, so many more like likes, comments, everything than anything that I shot on all my beautiful big cameras and lenses. none of the stuff that I'm super proud of even comes close to just posting the phone shot.
I feel the same.
I swear to God, bro.
Like, I feel the same exact way, but here's the way I think about it now. I just had a client from Buffalo. He was a motivational speaker. He found me and was looking at my like edited videos that don't have as much as the cell phone reels. He was looking at the skill that went into that stuff, and he was like, I love it, like I need it. So he booked me through that. And then
you got booked to go to Buffalo?
No, he came here.
He's
just from Buffalo. Like he travels the world. Like,
he's a Bills fan. We'll keep his time on this podcast short.
But yeah, I just look at it like my skillful work brings in my clients. And then if I do wanna go viral, I'll say, okay, bet I could just record some on my phone, maybe chop some up.
And that separation is beautiful. That look on it is beautiful. You have your clients, you're making your income, you're working, that's your business, you're creating content. But if you want to get numbers on, if you're feeling that, it's almost like we all like long for it, you know. For some reason, our whole society just like longs to go viral. Like, it's such a cringy even thing to think or say, you know.
But
like,
it's true though.
But it's so true. Like even my wife was like, "Oh, I got 2,500 views on this TikTok. Finally, after I feel so good. Like after breaking past 200 views, we just started TikTok. We're old. We're just starting. But you know, that outlook on it though, you know, separating the business and the income, and it's like, and if I want to get that dopamine hit, if I want to get that drug of numbers and like, oh, I feel so good, I got 100,000 views or whatever, then you post a phone clip and it's like, it doesn't have to be attached to what you're proud of.
And you can even hide it. Like, I'll post a reel and then there's an option where it won't show it on your main feed.
Right, you can hide it from your grid. But what if it still pops and it's like in the back, almost on the back burner, it's bringing you in views and followers and likes, but it's not even like actually on your portfolio timeline, just something you can like, I'm going to put this phone clip out, maybe it'll go the distance, and I'll hide that shit forever. And
so what it does, like, it'll show on your reels part, like if you like swipe right, it'll be there. But I heard that reels that are hidden from your main grid get more views. Like, there's so many videos that you like. I've watched like tons of videos.
Are you serious? Did you hide it from your grid?
Yeah.
I'm trying that shit tomorrow, bro. I'm trying it tomorrow. Wow, I didn't know that though. That's cool, man. That's cool.
For sure.
Let's segue a little bit. Big Jaguar fans, me and you.
Yes, sir.
Love football.
Indeed.
I love shooting the football players, man. Like, I'm gonna try and get out to a different high school this year. Do you plan on shooting anything like that? Like this season coming, do you want to go try and shoot? I mean, obviously basketball, you know, baseball, football, whatever. But are you still passionate about sports?
Yeah, I just want to do it the right way this year. I feel like now I have a platform that people know, they're familiar with, they know how I operate, they know my level of work. So now it's all about making a plan with my team, executing, finding the right clients, finding the right area to execute in, and then going and doing it. Because I've been in situations thus far in this city where I have a lot of eyes on me, and then it's just going. So I want to, next time I catch some fire with some football, some sports, I want to make sure I got a plan intact so I can, you know, execute on it. But definitely going out to some high schools, showing them some love, because it's a whole culture. It's a whole
it's crazy, and I love it. And I don't know if I ever told you before, it's like I didn't go to real high school. I was homeschooled, and then I just stopped doing my work when I was like 16. I literally just stopped doing it. I was playing drums, skateboarding, little, you know. Anyway, I appreciate getting to pick the brain of a young killer because it helps me stay vigilant and successful and learning. And that's one thing you need to do is, as you grow up and get older, you know, just always keep that, you know, humbleness of always continuing to learn. Because, dude, I'm still learning. Look at all this audio that I just purchased. You know, all this stuff like this guy right here. I don't know if the camera can see it. This, you know, I bought this. You know, got all this stuff right. You know, I'm still learning. You know,
for sure.
But yeah, I mean, like, I'm super passionate. I'm segueing like I'm a.
There was this one thing. So this past football season, the Jaguars, I was able to shoot, like, I want to say shoot a game for them, but like I had a sideline pass.
You came, bro. I saw your picture of Lamar Jackson. All right, boy got the nicest portrait of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I was hoping he was gonna win the Super Bowl too, man.
Bro, that would have been crazy.
But yeah, tell me about your sideline time.
So, me even being down there was crazy.
Was that your first time?
Yeah, like
First time ever
on
during a
sideline,
game
like,
on the turf?
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
You know, I saw you two. Had to come snap you up for
Bro, I
a
was
second.
sitting there with Andre Cisco, like his
Yeah.
agent, like people just walking by. I'm like, whoa. But the whole time I'm down there, it was so surreal for me because it was you came up to me, Kevin came up to me, it was this guy named George came.
all the
They were
homies.
like coming to me, like I'm like, I'm coming to see y'all. Like, what?
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
That's a blessing that you've actually like. You're just a good kid. You know, you're not out. Dad obviously has a lot to the way you're. You know, I've always said parenting is literally everything. Like it's literally the key to your succession or failure of your child. Like and I don't even have a kid. Just from an outside. You know, I want a kid soon, probably the next year.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I really. It's all about the way you're raised. You know, and you're raised great. You know, you're a great kid. But you know, we all see that. If you were like a little jerk off, you know, or if you were like a little, like if you were like just came off like a real snot nosed little cocky photographer, like all of us wouldn't love you like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's half your talent and skill and half who you are.
For sure.
And it's really important, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But that
Lamar Jackson. Back to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And your pictures.
Bro. I was there on behalf of ET. You know ET, right?
E.T. What's
he,
that?
He's
Yeah. Say his,
he's the one of the radio producers.
no, what's his actual name?
Emmanuel something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
But he's a
what's
radio
his,
producer.
do you know his Instagram handle?
It's E to the T. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. No, I follow him.
Yeah.
I know. So what were you doing with him?
So I was it's crazy how we even met because I hit up a comedian. He's like a famous comedian around the city, and I was like, hey, you want to do some content? I'm gonna be in your area. And he was like, let's do it. So we met for the 49ers game, and then he got me in, and I had my camera. So that time I was using the kit lens that came with this. They were like, is the lens detachable? No. Got in with the camera, shot some content. It went crazy. Like
I'm sorry.
He was.
You said, is it detachable? Nah.
Because I mean, it's like that lens isn't over 6 inches.
No, I know.
So,
It's not. Yeah, no, I
yeah,
know.
I can't really do anything with that anyway. But he went viral because he sung over the national anthem.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was trolling.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
when I was with him, that was my first time meeting Fred Taylor in the Gallery Club.
Oh yeah.
And then while I was with him,
And you done shot him like five times ever since.
yeah, he's like, oh yeah, what's up, bro?
He's such a good dude.
Facts. But then that's when I met ET. He was like, hey, like I love what you do, like let's link. And then I was shooting a basketball game. He called me. He was like, hey, like I want to chop it up with you. And then he was basically telling me he had an outline for some content and he wanted me to come shoot him at the games. So from there,
Freddie T, right?
no, this is ET.
Oh, E.T. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So ET was like, yeah, all the home games, like I'm gonna, get you right, and we gonna get the content out the way. So first home game I shot was the Monday night game against the Bengals. Like
Sad night for Christian Kirk, our boy. Continue
it was
onward.
It was a crazy night for a couple different reasons. Overtime, and then that was
yeah,
my
yeah,
first prime time like regular season Jaguars game like that I've witnessed. So I was like,
And
what?
you got to go for free.
Yeah, I was just like,
You actually got paid.
yeah. So I was like,
Isn't that a crazy feeling? Going to a Jaguar game, like going to a professional NFL game,
Yeah.
and actually like getting paid to be there.
Yeah. It's
When like
awesome.
everybody around you, except for like the workers,
Yeah.
is paid to be there.
Yeah.
People are watching on TV. And it's just this big event. And you're like, I'm here because I'm worth a skill
Right.
to be here, getting paid to just be here.
Facts.
But yeah,
So that went to that game, made some great content. He loved it. Was like, all right, gonna have you back at the next one. That was the Ravens game. So his son's birthday was that day, and it was like he wanted to surprise his son with a picture with Lamar Jackson.
yeah.
So we'll get down to the sideline. We weren't even supposed to really be there because he had a Jaguars like thing on, and like Jaguar fans can't be on the same side as the Ravens fans.
Oh, you're right.
But he knew somebody and was like, all right, boom, like we can. So
What you're talking about, Lamar Jackson coming over to you guys on the Jaguar side, right? That's what you're talking about. Y'all didn't go over to the Ravens side.
we were on the Ravens
Oh,
side.
you did go to the Ravens
Yeah.
side. Okay, is that where you got your picture with him?
Yeah, I didn't get a picture with it. It was his. It was him
No,
and his
you
son.
took a picture of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I want you to get the content of me and him. So I remember recording on my phone. He was like right there, and I just slowly see him walking over, and he was like, oh, what's up? And then like, ET was like, can you sign my boy jersey? Da-da-da-da. I'm recording the whole thing. I'm like,
Man,
what the?
I'm 16 years old, and I'm just sitting here filming Lamar Jackson.
Bro.
What is life?
And then in the background, I just see Odell Beckham just like
Yeah.
signing stuff. I'm just like, what is happening?
Dude, I just saw that Odell Beckham is dating Kim Kardashian.
What?
I know, right? Adult Hollywood like tea, like what is that?
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that was a sick game.
Yeah.
I love LJ, bro. Like the first time I ever snuck my camera with a non-detachable lens was into a Pro Bowl 2019.
Yeah.
The very last actual Pro Bowl where they put gear on and helmet and actually played. It was the same day that Kobe Bryant passed away. Man.
Yeah,
I was literally at the game, came on the board about Kobe Bryant, and I was just like, that was a crazy day, but I snuck the same lens in, bro. 85 millimeter 1.8. And you know what? I snuck my way down past like one level, past some security, and I just literally pop of Lamar Jackson on the sideline.
Yeah.
And like at this point, I'd never taken a football photo of a player ever.
Yeah.
I've been a photographer for a little while, got a little name going for myself on Insta, but I'd never taken a picture of a football player. I was just like, I'm gonna sneak my camera in. 2019, day Kobe died, you know, and like I popped DJ Chark and I'd pop Lamar Jackson. I was so hyped over it, right? I gave it a little crazy little vintage edit, like not even a clean edit, like just this crazy looking vintage edit. And Lamar Jackson liked it on Instagram when I posted it that night. What? I was like, my first photo ever, he saw it and liked it.
That's crazy.
I was mind blown.
Yeah.
And then that was pretty much it. Ever since there, I was like, dude, I love football so much.
Yeah.
I'm finna photograph this shit for the rest of my life.
It's crazy. That's wild though. Like I feel like we're so close to like interactions with them because when that same 49er game that I was at, I took some videos. It just so happened that every video I took was either a touchdown for the 49ers or a turnover for the Jaguars. And I like made like a
Don't
compilation.
Remind me.
And it was like a Kyle Hughes check touchdown, Trevor Lawrence pick, and like some other stuff. And I posted it. Fred Warner seen it, George Kittle seen it, Kyle Hughes seen it. I was just like,
post it on your story or like posted it on?
Yeah, they didn't like it.
Yeah,
but they seen my story.
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
seen it. Yeah.
What?
Even that feeling alone, just seeing the profile picture of someone, like is like, what?
Oh, and then like I had this crazy story with Evan Ingram. So when I was down on the sideline, like I'm just watching like, because I was more on the Ravens side, and then the Jaguars, they came out, and then Evan Ingram, like I just heard doom 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 doom. He just ran past me, and I was like, all right, time to record.
The man runs with force.
He took his helmet off and went to go hug his mom, and I just recorded it.
Oh, that's right.
And then I ended up like posting it and like getting in contact with his mom. Like she actually called me and was like, I was like, oh,
what? Evan Ingram, mom calling me?
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, every game he goes and shows his mom love.
Yeah.
That's dope that you caught that. You think the Jaguars are gonna step it up this next season?
Bro, I hope, bro. I was talking so much trash, bro. Like we was
Me
8-3. I'm like, oh yeah, we got the whole division. Like
we're 14. We're finna be 14-2. Bro, we're gonna slay everyone this year. Trevor and Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Number one connection in the NFL. 100%. And now, bro, I texted him. I feel lucky enough to have his number because nobody talks to this dude. He does not have social media.
Yeah.
He is not talking to anybody. But I did the off-season workout with Trevor. First time Trevor ever threw to Calvin off-season.
Yeah.
A little over a year ago. You know, I'm lucky and blessed enough to have made friends with him that day. But I got his number.
Yeah.
And I texted him kind of after the season ended. I said, no matter where you end up. I sent Jamal Agnew the same text. Like I sent a few of the homies. Like they've been so kind to me, you know.
Yeah.
And like I truly like love them as people, and I will be fans. Like I'm a big fan of DJ Chark, whether he's Carolina Panther, Detroit Lion, wherever he goes next. He's a great receiver and he's a good dude.
Facts.
He's a good dude, and he actually, it's like you develop this connection with the guys that show you appreciation, but on another level. Like they not only they appreciate everyone, right? They're blessed to be in that position to make that much money, do what they do, right? They're super blessed. They're all fortunate and blessed, right? But when they actually show you that extra, like you're my boy, you're my dog, hey, you're my guy. Like every time Jamal Agnew see me on the field in warmups, he would literally, I'm not allowed to interact with the players, but every time Jamal see me, he'll come right up to me. It's like my boy AB, like, you know, that love, it kind of, you develop this attachment. But Yeah, I love football. Last time
crazy one last thing about Calvin, really. I met him at hype section. Like, I got his number too.
Oh, that's right. I was there.
Like, I was like, hey, I got this. He was like, all right, thanks. And then he told me, he was like, he potentially wanted me to come before the game, take some pictures of him, like at the first home game.
Oh yeah.
So I hit him up.
Yeah.
No response.
Bro, you know, he told me the first time I met him, I asked him about the social media, you know, so what's the reason, you know, you're not on social? He said, I don't have a reason to be on social media right now.
True.
And he really wants to build his career back. You know, I really respect that.
Yeah.
I respect it. If you're not in a place in life where you feel like you don't flex anything,
yeah,
maybe other than your wife and your kids, your family, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, at the same time, like, can't we just put this down for a minute and appreciate your wife and your kids in real life, which he does. He's got his life back on track. He's back in the NFL, you know, and he'll do great too. He will definitely do great. Whether he's with us or not, he'll still go on and be great.
Definitely.
You know, first year was a little rocky, but he still had 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
still had like 10+ touchdowns. I think like he still did it. He still did pretty good, even though a little rocky and messy and stuff. You know, towards the end of the season, he was like the only guy left.
Yeah.
You know, besides Evan. You know.
Yeah.
But I forgot where I was even going there. Oh, but yeah. You know, I respect someone who's like, yo, I don't have a reason to be on social media.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have, you know. But yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. I want to do something cool with you one day, so I definitely have to go to the studio, and just get you to do like sitting on the stool.
Oh yeah.
It's like a nice photo shoot.
I have like Pinterest boards, and then I have a saved called like poses. So it's like I got like a whole bunch of ideas.
Now you know how picky I am. Like I literally certain views from me, certain like angles on this. You know, this guy's a lot. See, it's weird with me make sure you eat healthy over the next 10 years. Cause like me at 25, bro, I was like 135, 140 pounds. Now, granted, I was addicted to cigarettes. That helped a lot with the weight. Like I wasn't eating as much. I was smoking a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah. And
I was traveling the country like a lot. I was a musician. So I was like, my whole life, I was like so busy. I didn't care about food. Like I smoked a lot of cigarettes and stuff now that I've been settled down the past 10 years, married, at home, I put on 25, 30 pounds. Like I weigh about 90 now, but like I look a lot different now than I did 10 years ago. I was a lot skinnier, you know?
Yeah.
And so nowadays, like when I see myself, like I have a bit of like, and I'm dieting to I just want to feel good about myself, you know? So like I got plans with the dentist, you know, booked, and it's like all these things I didn't have the money and insurance and things to do growing up. So obviously you're so young that you don't have to worry about this stuff right now, but you got perfect teeth. You know what I mean though? So like my parents weren't looking out for me like that when I was young.
Yeah.
You know, so like I didn't even hit a dentist until I was like 20 something, you know, for the first time, you know, and it's because my parents didn't care like to do those kinds of things when I was young. I think it was more money based, you know, than actually like not caring. It was more just financial, like insurance, you know. So like, and eating bad, unhealthy things growing up, I was homeschooled and they didn't give a shit if I ate like, you know, bad food every day and sugar and, you know, so I don't know, like I just, as an adult, you have to change your ways and adapt and evolve. But I think now I'm at a point where like, I really want to like, I'm eating healthy. I'm trying to exercise. I'm drumming again, which is a big exercise for me.
Yeah.
I go walk around the neighborhood with my wife, you know, trying to do things as an adult that like just better for my health. And also one of the goals is cause I like being on camera too.
Facts.
And I want to like myself on camera, you know, and that's a big thing is like, I feel bad. Like, some photographers will send me pictures from the games and stuff, and I know like a lot of stuff I've never posted. Yeah. Because I hate myself, you know. It's not that they didn't take a good photo of me. It's that I just don't like my double chin and my weird looking face sometimes. And sometimes I'll be shooting and I make the craziest face and like, you know.
Nah, it's definitely,
you know what I mean though?
A transition. When I first got into going on camera, I was like, that's not how I want to portray myself. Like, let me
you see yourself
like
become
more conscious.
Damn, I look better when I look at myself in the mirror.
Right. So and that's one of the things that I'm good at picking up on is like certain things like, and it's really easy to fix. It'll be some things when models will have their chin too high. I'm just like, and then like over the shoulder, like it's a lot of stuff that you can coach people on, like that are simple.
And the way you say it's important too, because like you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah, and it varies from different people because I've tried to use certain things with certain people and it just doesn't register.
Right.
So, but no, I feel like we hop in the studio, we can make something fire.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
There was one thing that I did want to touch on though. There is a like great community of creatives, photographers, and just people who create content here in Jacksonville. That I'm like,
God.
just
Can we just
now,
go down a list? Nah, there's so many, bro. There's so many.
I just had a question for you. You touched on it briefly when we were at Hype Section. You were like kind of new to like the creative space. Like, how has that been for you?
You mean in the sports?
Just like in general, because you were talking to Marcel, and I had it on camera. It was like, you've been in the space for like 2 or 3 years now doing
sports. Yeah, sports video and photo. Yeah. So like, but what I was talking about with Marcel was like, I just got into that sports world, right? The world here, and I'd learned that there's so many amazing shooters.
Yeah.
There's so many great shooters. So like, my whole world was about going out. It was about going traveling, and I have photographer friends all over the whole world.
Yeah.
I have photographer friends all over.
I seen when we collaborated on Instagram. It's just people just.
I have so many friends out there, and the people that not just social media friends, like people that have gotten to know me from like when you go on tour multiple times a year, you'll go to the same city and the same people will come out and see the band and they're friends with you and they look up to you. And I have so many photographer friends in the music industry all over, right? But like, I didn't know anybody locally. That was like, my whole life was like going out.
Yeah.
But when we were all locked down, and I was like, my number one goal for 2020 is to take a picture of that logo because I love that team and I love football. I love the ball. I love ball so much.
Yeah.
Like, I take my girl in the backyard and throw the football. I've been playing Madden since it was on Sega. But like, that's how long, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I love football. So Marcel, and then just, you know how when you go to the game and you see all the shooters, you know, you got Logan, you got James, you got Cam, you got Nathan, you got Kevin, you got Andy, you got Eli, you got Melina for Panini cards, you got, I could just Carlson photos, you got, Marcel, you got so many people, and it's a big community in football, and we're all into the same thing. And I just didn't realize it was such a big circle of creators and I just didn't know. It's a new world for me. That was a long story.
Yeah,
to answer that, like, it's just different worlds, and that was really cool that God put me in the position through the pandemic, unfortunately, though, to chase something else that I always loved. I never thought I'd get to shoot a football game in my whole life until I was 31.
Yeah. No, I was just listening. I was just like, I wonder like what's really. No, that makes sense,
bro. There's so much before this life for me from 2020 of sports, and I post every other day on Instagram, right? Maybe not right now at the moment, but I've posted so much that you'd have to scroll for an hour to see it all. But I'm so proud of all the content I put out back in the day, but I'm talking like 5 years ago.
And doing content
so much.
5 years is like 10, like for
I know, right? Like, so many things that I don't even do anymore, like, and sometimes I miss it. So that's why you'll see me a couple times a year. I will literally fly out and go join friends of mine for a week here or a couple days here and there, because I worked so hard in that world that I'm able to just go jump back in it for a week if I want, But it's not about money.
Yeah.
And neither is football. I don't make money doing football photography. I don't make money doing music photography, concerts. Now, a little bit. I'm not going to say none. A little bit. But not like bill paying money,
right?
Not enough money to like, not life changing money. You'd have to go on tour with someone like Post Malone,
Taylor Swift.
Bro, don't even get me started. My girl goes, yo, you should go play drums to Taylor Swift. I was like, that's genius. I'm doing that tonight. Yeah,
bro. Nah.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you digging into my past a little bit. It's fun to talk about. I don't want to take over the whole conversation, but I love talking about my history because you don't know it. You don't know anything about me past 2020, Yeah,
that's one of the things that I really enjoy doing, given the fact that I have so much youth. Like, I'm just so young. Like, I've only been on this earth for 16, 17 years. Now
crazy.
I'm talking to you, you've been here like twice my age. Like, you're my father. Like, there's just so many people that's so much older than me that know so much more, that have done so many more things, that I have an opportunity to learn from them and just,
How are you so mature for your age, though? It's like I'm talking to a 22-year-old. And when you first told me your age, dude, I was mind blown.
For real?
Oh, yeah, dog. I was so mind blown, bro, because, like, you come off like 21.
Yeah,
you know?
I get,
right?
I
Don't
get
he?
that often.
I mean, don't he? It's because of you. But I mean, dang, like he's so mature for his age. But I don't know you that well.
Yeah.
Only from the outside. So I don't know you at home. I don't know you, how you treat your family. I
Yeah.
don't know I don't even know if you have a girlfriend, you know? He's like, nah. He's like, nah, I'm way too busy.
I couldn't live that lifestyle. Nah. It's
Do you
crazy.
eventually though, that's a goal though, you want to have a family?
I mean, right now, I do want a son. Cause like I seen the way that my father put in with me, and like, it's just like, okay, I want to raise some, you know, like a mini version of myself.
And you look forward to doing that.
Yeah.
Same.
But
honestly, you and your relationship with your dad and how he raised you,
Yeah.
it does get me stoked, you know, for my future son or daughter or whatever, you know.
That's awesome.
It does, because like I see a lot of kids, bro. My girl and I see so many kids out there in the world.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people that like I hate kids.
For real?
Yeah, like I don't. I'm not gonna say I hate kids, but like,
Yeah.
bro, kids are wild, bro. Like this little 15-year-old the other day, my neighborhood. I was driving down the street a couple days ago, and this kid with a basketball, he literally looked at me driving by. And he went like this. I stopped and I rolled down the window. I said, "What was that?" I said, "What was that, bro? Are you like cool or something?" I said, "First of all, your plaid pants look like a 15-year-old girl be wearing them. Second of all, what would your parents think of you?" I feel like an old man at this point. I'm like, what would your parents think of you, like trying to psych me out? Like, what if I would have crashed my truck, bro?
Yeah, no,
so I
that's
I let him have it in kind of a nice way.
Yeah.
I was like, that was immature, bro.
Yeah.
He was like a 14 or 15-year-old dude, but like, you're only a year or two older than this kid, acting like a little jit. Is that word even relevant anymore? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're so mature for your age, or else you wouldn't even be here on this podcast with me.
Facts.
If you weren't a respectable young adult. And I love that
appreciate
about you.
Yeah, nah. I mean, the way I look at it is, it's just we are people. Like, yeah, I might be 17, 16, but we share a common goal. You know, we both want to be prosperous in our own ways and have success. So,
It's about legacy, baby.
Facts.
It's about legacy. Like whether you're 17 or 30, I'm 34. You're about to be 17. I'm about to be 35. Literally next month.
Yeah.
It's about legacy, even at your age and my age. Because, I mean, money will come and go throughout your life, man. Like, I've literally been a cook for $9 an hour. I've been a cook for $16 an hour, flipping steaks at a restaurant. And I've also toured the country for 40 grand as a photographer with music. And then I've also do what I do now, which is full-time Amazon videos, product videos, right? And then I shoot weddings, I shoot football, all of it combined. But money will come and go, right? The amount, it'll go up, down, depending on the country and the world we live in, right?
Facts.
But legacy is forever, is cringy. I'm not trying to sound like motivation, like Gary Vee. Like, it's all about legacy, my friend. No, but seriously, like,
it's real.
You know, what do you want to leave behind? You know, even though you're so young, is it too early to even think about that?
Nah, honestly, like it's.
Because we'll all be forgotten.
I'm not even gonna get into it, but to answer your question, I just want people to remember my energy, like the way that I could walk in a room and not be like arrogant, but humbly go shake everyone's hand. I could go speak to anyone, whether black, white, Asian, whatever, and have everyone connected. Because I don't want to ever feel like when someone's around me, they can't be doing this or doing that or speak to somebody else. Like, it's all about togetherness, because we all got a common goal, like I said earlier. So if I could just maintain that energy, keep that space as clean as possible, keep my aura the right way, I feel like I'll be cool. And then when I'm gone, I have a whole empire, a whole everything behind me for.
So you want a big brand, big business. You want an empire.
Oh yeah, like my goals go like I said, extraordinary goals, like just stuff that doesn't even sound real, but just so I can say, all right, I'm getting close to this. Okay, bet, like I could actually do this. Like even with money, I'll say, all right, let me do this, and I'm like, oh, I can actually do that. Then I'll start making plans, and it keeps me humbly motivated, because I don't have to go and say I want to be the richest person on earth to anyone. But in my mind, I could say, okay, I can enter this tax bracket, I could do this, I could do that. So just making goals like that and protecting my space just keeps that light going.
You remind me of me, like when you walk into a room, and people have told me this, like when you walk into a room, your energy, it's almost electric.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, Kris is here. What's up, bro? like your smile and like the energy you bring, and like I relate to that. I have so much energy.
Yeah.
I have energy of 10 people. You know, sometimes I like have to try to focus on chilling because I have so hyper naturally.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do no drugs. I don't drink alcohol. Like, you know, I just have a lot of natural God-given energy. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
People tell me all the time, they're like, how does your social batteries never die? I'm just like,
all right.
I don't know. Like I just have too many ideas. I might just wake up and say I want to just take a picture of the sky and then make a portrait out of the sky and then do this. Just crazy ideas.
You're just a creative kid, man.
Facts.
You're a creative kid, and you have an insanely bright future.
Yes,
and I'm proud of you. And it means the world to see how far you've come. 5 more minutes before we get going. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you want to ask me or touch on, or just anything at all? We know you be slaying.
Okay, so like like with moving forward and stuff, I know I'm gonna get a new body. I'm gonna get the A7 III, and then I'm gonna get I know I gotta get a 7200. It's a lot of equipment.
You should look into the A7S III.
What's that?
Because you got a good photo camera, right? This is a good photo camera. I'm sorry. If you know how like when you're talking and like you get choked up on your own saliva. My eyes like watering. It's awkward, you know. Anyway, you got a good photo body, right?
Right.
Sony A7S III is going to give you that 120 slow motion video capability. It's also going to give you a lower megapixel at 12 megapixels, so you can bump that ISO up in a dark environment. That's the Sony that I ride with. That's why I bought that for nighttime stuff. I am in the market this year for another Sony as well. I'm gonna buy another one. I got 3 Canons. That's enough. We're actually filming the podcast on all the Canons right now.
Yes, sir.
But I shoot both, you know. I get a lot of questions about like, do you like Canon or Sony more? And it's like, bro, listen.
It's a camera, bro.
well, yes, and Canon and Sony ain't knocking down my door for a sponsorship, so whatever, man. Fight for me one day. I'm just kidding, but like, no, I mean, I love both. There's best of both worlds.
Facts.
You can have the great video quality of Sony and also take great photo. And you can have the great photo, amazing capability of Canon, but also take good video. And in the business that we're in, like my wife needs Canon on a regular, and when I shoot the NFL games, I shoot everything picture-wise on Canon, and it's just all about what you call for. But make sure you know what you need to produce when you go in to buy that camera.
Definitely. I'm also working on setting up a content room in my house, so I'm gonna have like
kind of like this one,
something like this. It's a little bit more spacious. I'm gonna have like a photo wall.
Oh, sick. Like a studio.
Well, I don't want to call it a studio because it's gonna do so much more. Like I'm gonna have a photo space, a video space, my clothing. Like I'm gonna have a heat press for my clothes, and I'm gonna have like a whole bunch of like different stations so I can micromanage all the things I do. That's tight.
You have to invite me over to see it one day when it's done for a photo shoot.
Type deal. But nah, I mean outside of that, I can't really think of everything I touched on. People that I want to shout out on, you know, obviously shout out Hard Knocks AC, you know, it's in my boys, AJ, Dylan,
you know,
Kev,
take
boys.
2 minutes to go into like the crew. You guys are like the local Avengers, like so like everyone does something different, or you guys all just kind of photo and video and just like you all book jobs and everybody, there's like what, 5 or 6 of you, and you guys all just go shoot different stuff every day, but like as a business y'all all under one title.
So we don't have a entity with all of ourselves yet, but basically we're together. We all have our own personal aspirations, goals in mind, and you know we use that space to connect, to give criticism, to help each other get better. But we also say, for example, if there's large scale projects like media days, we can come together, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of us come out, somebody does video, somebody does photo. That just helps everyone create everything, get everything that they need and want out the way a lot easier. Because before I was, I won't say before, because I've kind of always been around these guys, like Coach Bentley. He's Reek Bentley. He's the manager. He was at Wolfson when I was at Wolfson. I'm no longer at Wolfson, but he was one of the coaches there. Now he's at Atlantic Coast, and then he had those guys around me. So with us, it's really just cream of the crop. You know, pick your poison. We all do a little bit of
you guys all
thing.
support each other. It just sounds like you guys are all just super tight.
Yeah.
Super tight boys. And like if you have a big thing that you got to do, hit each other up.
Yeah. It's
you
like
know, AJ's gotten close to me. You know, AJ and me have been getting close.
Yeah. But we have like our personal gigs. Like I'll go do my client work, they'll do their client work, and then like we have hype section.
And you guys just team up.
Yeah, it's
team up on random gigs.
Great, yeah.
But you guys all just talk on a regular basis. You're like a
I said we speak every day. Like,
you guys are like you guys are all just super tight. And you support each other.
Facts.
I'm gonna call you guys the Fellowship of the Content.
For sure.
Probably too nerdy for you. It's a Lord of the Rings reference.
Oh, see, no, I never watched Lord of the Rings.
I know. I'm just an old nerd, bro. I know. Just tell them. Aaron said on the podcast, unless they watch this long into this one, I'll call you guys the Fellowship of the Content. For sure. It's kind of fire, actually, right?
Yeah, no, I got a little ring to it. Little ring to it.
I appreciate you being here, brother.
Of course,
so
bro.
tight, man.
It's dope being on this platform. You know what I'm saying? Like with one of the guys I looked up to, still look up to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Me?
Yes, sir, bro. Like,
love you, kid.
Bro, likewise, bro.
Thank you, man.
Awesome.
You know, I want to get better, dude. I want to try to get better. I'll buy a new camera this year to get better.
Yes, sir.
Everybody I look up to. You know, like Cam at the Jags. I look up to him so much. We text all the time.
Yeah.
Video Cam the shooter, shout out to him. You know, I love Eli. AJ has literally changed my outlook on video with audio.
For real?
As well as you.
He taught me about audio too.
Yeah, dude, he's the audio king, bro. He's the audio king. But I love his documentary style focus on all that stuff, and he's just really helped me realize a lot with you, but you learn from mistakes too, right? But I've asked him a lot of questions because he's so good at audio. I even had him fix my Rode mic for just the settings were low. I had him just kind of like mess with it and fix it for me. Yeah, man, he's a really awesome dude. Dylan's all your boys, super. I don't know if I've met them all, but everyone that I've met, you know, Kevin's my boy. It means a lot. It really does mean a lot, but I know that I'm still nobody. Like, you know, I'm nobody in the grand scheme of this world, you know? Like, it doesn't matter how many Instagram followers you have. It doesn't matter, like, if you work for the Jags or the NFL. Like, in the grand scheme of this world, I'm still nobody, and I'm just trying to I want to be one of the greatest content creators after I'm gone. You know, my legacy. I want people to think of AB, not Antonio Brown. I want people to think of, well, you know what's so funny is I was calling myself AB Drums before AB even made it into the NFL. So technically I was AB first. My friends were even calling me AB before that man even went to the NFL. Because I'm a little older than him. Yeah. And people have been calling me AB my whole life. Even when I cooked in the kitchen, people would be calling me AB. Always.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like my whole life, like for a long time.
Yeah.
But anyway, like my whole brand, I'm tired of feeling like I'm a brand, a product, just trying to sell to people. That's not what I want to be. Like I want to be someone that people like whenever my name comes up with you or anybody, I want people to say, dude, he's one of the greatest. That's all I want. And because I love it. I truly love photography. I truly love video. Started them both at the same time. And now that I'm playing music again, freshly back started playing music again after a decade, I can use all the skills that I've learned from my camera to photo and video myself, and the shit looks more fire than anything I ever had 15 years ago. Like everything I have is from GoPro and like just crappy, like I never had anything in good quality until recently. I got back into music, and now my wife, I just be like, hey, can you pop down to the garage and take some pics of me? Go check it out. I posted some today actually. She took of me last night.
I seen one of the videos of you playing Zelda.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
it's real fresh. Like I wanted to practice for a couple months to get back to like how I know how good I can be, you know, but I haven't played in a long time. I started back in like December again. God was just pulling it out of me, like the fire was just burning, because this is something I did again since I was 4 years old, right? But after doing it forced for so long, almost like a football player or something, I hated it. Like I walked away and picked up the camera and just never looked back, right? You know, and I was heartbroken too. Like once I realized I wasn't going to become a famous rock star, like, you know, and I was in it for and maybe that's why I didn't, because I was in it for the wrong reasons. And I truly hated the person who I had become. I hated God. I had no relationship with religion or God or anything like that. And my life needed to change, you know? So getting out of music and into photography is the best thing that ever happened to me. And now this year, like he just brought me back full circle, and I'm able to play music again. And I honestly had the biggest smile on my face on this video. It's like, y'all don't know it, but I'm having so much fun just playing because it means so much to me. Like my mom prayed for a drummer when she was pregnant with me, because she played guitar and piano in church. Like she used to sing like praise and worship music. So like when she was pregnant with me, she like prayed for a drummer, and I swear to God, about 4 years old, I was playing drums.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. But yeah, God's good, man. And you know, appreciate all the opportunities and the love, and I just want to be what I feel like I'm meant to be, and not try to be something that's forced.
Yeah, I feel like 2024 is the year where like a lot of people are starting to come out and do things that they're destined to do.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of like you, myself, a lot of people that are around me. They're like, oh, I like to do this. I like to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to see a new wave of content, a new wave of
Exactly.
like, stuff.
Exactly. That's another thing. We could go on a long topic. That's another thing. My Instagram and like my social media all being photography and being mainly sports and a lot of Jags and football stuff.
Yeah.
I don't love it anymore. Like I want people to know that I love so many different things.
Facts.
Like I posted a couple days ago just talking about like I appreciate all the people that follow me for my Trevor Lawrence and my football stuff, but like I really, really want to showcase everything that I love and do, you know, and I don't want to create a bunch of side profiles. So if it gets 50 likes and nobody likes that content, that's fine.
Yeah.
It don't bother me.
Yeah.
I don't even care. I'm doing it because I truly love it, and I feel like God gave me the talent to do it, and I'm happy doing it, you know.
Sure.
So, and
that's
happy.
all it's about, though.
Yeah, that's what it's really. And the moral of the story, you guys, just do what you love.
Facts.
Just do what you freaking love, you know. Shout out to anyone who watched to the end. We appreciate you.
Hey, be sure to follow me on both my accounts. 2x.visions. That's my business account.
Bro.
And 2x
You
world.
know I'm gonna link it all
Underscore.
and tell everybody to
3
follow my
underscores.
boy. 3 what?
3 underscores. 2x WRLD 3 underscores. That's where you get all the modeling on camera. You know, so I'm about to post fit pics from today, probably tomorrow. You know, I took a whole bunch of.
You wear some nice fits. I'm just a guy who puts on black shirt every day, like
Hey, bro.
just straight. But you wear some nice fits, bro. I'm thinking like, dang, my boy's got some class, bro.
Love it.
Hey, honestly though, I love what you do.
Yeah.
And just keep doing it, you know. And content creating and then being the content.
Yeah.
That's a big part of who you are, and I love that.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. Thank you for watching the Creative Locker podcast. Thank you for listening. It'll be on Spotify. It'll be on YouTube. Follow my boy. I'm going to link his TikTok, his Instagram, everything he's got below. And that's it. That's a wrap.
Peace.